We should be live right now.
Yeah.
Philip Larsson
Yo.
gonna make his debut on East versus West stage
Oh
on
yes.
15th.
It's gonna be fucking great. The best opponent I could ask for as well.
You said half of the words that he says, so yeah. Tell so everyone joining up. Matt will probably join in a few minutes. I hope we didn't miss the time, but no, it's 10 o'clock in there, so he will probably join in. Anyway, guys, we got Philip. Matt's going to come in, and we're going to talk about East versus West 19 as well as strongest arm on earth. But before we get to the mat, let's maybe talk a little bit about you. Okay,
Yeah,
Philip.
sure.
So, fun fact, Philip is younger than me.
Yeah, buddy.
Almost,
I
I'm,
l- I l- I look younger too, right?
oh, yes, yeah, sure, sure. Sure. Also, fun fact, people take pictures of Philip when he is in the restaurants or airports.
True.
Another fun fact, he says the toilets have the best lighting.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
but it gets overexposed.
That's all exposed. Like what gets exposed.
Ooh, let's not talk about that.
So tell everyone how long you've been doing arm wrestling.
I started February 2023. That's where I kind of got introduced to arm wrestling. And then September 2023 is when I started getting coached by Johnny Samonins.
Johnny Samovic.
Yeah. So that's where I started taking it 100% seriously. Before that, I pulled once, maybe 2, 3 weeks, and got smashed by everyone.
So we actually take you as one of ours. We look at you as
Yes.
one of the Latvians at this
Oh,
point.
thank you.
So on this card, we have actually two Latvians pulling. It's you and Martin Schlitzis. That's he lives in California. But oh, we have Matt
Yeah.
Mask. Before Matt joins in with everything, please, Matt, for 3 minutes, don't go hard. Just keep PG 16. Let's say 16 even. Okay. We have, hey Matt.
Everything's working right. You can hear me, see me.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
if
If I
I
can,
cut out,
yeah.
if I
There
cut
we
out,
go.
I'll be back. Just because the internet service here is in and out. So I'm running
Okay.
off Starlink, and I'm out of my cottage, and too many trees in the area. So
Well,
Mm.
it's nice morning there.
yeah, it's fucking beautiful. I don't know if you can see the lake, but it's calm as fuck, right?
And we lost you for a second there. We'll see.
Oh.
And you put the glasses on just for nothing, right?
He'll be back. He'll be back.
He'll be back. Yeah, yeah.
There I am.
There you
Hey,
are. Yeah,
Welcome back.
yeah.
yeah.
Give some
We've been hanging
comments.
out with or what?
Give comments on the glasses.
Uh-huh.
On the glasses. On
Yeah,
Phil's glasses. Any comment?
yeah. His head's way too fucking big for those things.
These are actually irregular Ray-Bans.
Is that right, eh?
Yeah,
I think I think my daughters had a pair like that when they were two. So
they're good, right?
yeah.
Makes me look intimidating as fuck, doesn't
No, it doesn't.
it?
It doesn't at all. Yeah, that's a better idea.
Let's go with that then.
I think like where do we start? Like you guys do have some history, right? It's if you do arm wrestling mat, Philip beat you if we do arm wrestling mat. But we know arm wrestling mat doesn't really work, right?
Nope,
No,
nope, never does.
no. So one time you guys pulled on the table of practice. That was one time or more?
Just the
We only
once
once. Yeah.
after in Florida or whatever. So
Mhm. So Philip told me his version. He said he absolutely slapped you around the table like it was nothing. That the wrist was made of butter. I want to hear your version of it.
yeah, we'll go with his version.
Uh,
We'll go with his version.
Uh,
Right. So
there's comments coming like Matt Mask butter wrist or something.
yeah,
Yeah. But you know, he's very young into sport, but he has insane frame, insane weight also, uh, good strength pedigree. Like pulling with him, how did it feel on table? Like,
You can't even compare. That was what, a year and a half ago compared to now, and I'd say he's come fucking heads and tails and fucking lengths compared to where he is now compared to where he was then, right? So there he was still very much an amateur, and now it looks like he's starting to make some pretty big waves. So I wouldn't consider him even close to the same. You lost me.
do
Yeah,
you?
Even
it
consider him
was eight
close to
months
being the
ago.
same arm
Uh,
wrestler human being he was then. So yeah, a lot can change in a year. So
yeah, I feel so much stronger now than I was then. But there's you never know. Like arm wrestling math, I beat Brad, and then another opponent we've had together was Savras Shedis. I pulled him this weekend and beat him twice. But yeah, arm wrestling math, still, it can anything can happen. I think we lost Matt again.
He'll be back. He's right there.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Those trees
yeah.
with this 5G for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
trees.
It's the question is, so what happens if, like, I have seen what happens when Matt Mass loses the hand. We saw it on full display versus Frank Lamparelli. Um, you know, Philip, what happens if you're on that receiving end?
Of the flop.
Yeah, you lose the hand.
Why are we talking hypotheticals here?
No, I think it's possibility is pretty high, you know.
There could be. Yeah, like if I can't maintain the hand, I would say my chances of winning just goes way down. So hopefully I can keep the hand and I'll be fighting with the hand and Matt has to be fighting without it. Because I don't have any experience fighting without the hand because I haven't lost it.
You'll get some. You'll get some.
Yeah, we'll see.
Matt's been great at taking hands. Like his ability, it's like many times we saw him
Mm,
even in a rematch versus Ermes. You top rolled him, you know, and you
mm,
see the rise that Ermes has been recently. And Matt's, I think the speed is very dangerous. Like for you, like
for sure.
Philip, like we know the speed isn't the thing you really like, and but maybe the vector where he's hitting is better than someone that goes sideways, right?
Yeah, and also speed never bothered me as long as they're not strong enough. But that's the problem with Matt. I don't know if he's strong enough. Then the speed, of course, will be a big problem. But I've pulled a lot of fast guys as well, but they just hit themselves out of position. So if I can maintain position and not let him hit me out of position, the speed won't really be that big of a deal. Like I've watched the match with Brad Grundy and Matt several times, and as soon as the strap comes on and Brad can maintain his position, then the speed doesn't matter. So,
Hmm. I think we lost
like,
Matt again a little bit.
yeah. And I think Matt is good enough to not leave his hand. So there's going to be a lot of, unless he flash pins me, there's going to be a lot of center table fighting, I believe.
Mhm. Matt, like I know this was kind of short notice match, right? Because like was announced like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, maybe, right? So
Yeah,
maybe
something like that. 2 weeks ago, I think.
where's your shape, Matt, right now? Like where do you like? Let's say compared to what you were versus Ongarbayev, Nugo, and
I wouldn't say I'm as trained. I've been. Did you lose me? You
no,
lost me.
no, we're there, we're
Oh,
there.
we're still there. You're just not moving. So yeah, no, I wouldn't say I'm as trained, but I'm a lot more rested right now. So I've been at my cottage for the last 3 weeks, and I've been doing some little workouts, stuff like that. But I'm not overtrained. I'm not overexerted. I feel very well rested right now, which hasn't been. I haven't felt that in a long, long time. There's always been aches and tweaks and pains everywhere, and right now I feel really, really, really healthy. So
If
That's
no
good.
no secret, what kind of weight you gonna show up? How big you gonna be?
I'll probably be 235.
235. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Philip, you're also cutting.
Maybe 240, but
Philip is cutting to 235 too, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
no, yeah, we're meeting at
that's
230.
my walk around weight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't even have to cut.
That's what he walks around with in his lunch kit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt, do you because about this match, it was talk. I remember we were in Mac and we were talking about this match also. And I think also before in Atlantic City, there was some talks about this match. So has this been like going around that there's a possibility you would pull Philip?
I didn't really think it was going to be a possibility just because I've been gunning for the 231 weight pound class, maybe the 253 at best. So I was like, there ain't no way that fat bastard's coming down to my class, and I'm done pulling super heavyweights for a while. So I didn't really think it was going to be happening. To tell you the truth, it was kind of caught me off guard. So I was expecting a phone call for a 231-pound match. I was actually expecting or hoping to get a chance at Yoshi. So,
Ooh,
but,
that's a good one. That's an interesting one, yeah. But the
but
call
yeah,
came.
they needed a man for Phillip, so I said, yeah, I'll fucking do it. So
Does it make you feel a little bit like a gatekeeper? You know what I mean?
maybe if I was a super heavyweight,
Yeah. So this looks bad for Philip, right?
well,
No,
good. It should look bad. I know a lot of people are thinking it's the other way around, but you know what I mean?
looks great for me.
It'd be a fucking easy fucking day for you.
It's gonna be.
Think about it. You know, you're almost you're 1.5 times the man I am right now. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but we have the same sized arms.
So
I just have a lot of legs.
yeah, I'm all hand, cock, and forearm. So yeah. That's why they call me the wild horse. Eh?
Oh, right. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, we're
All
past 3
right.
minutes, right? Okay.
Yeah, just go.
Yeah.
All the kids are in bed now.
Wild horse. Oh my God. Someone's gonna clip it. Probably someone's gonna clip it. You know, it's
Mm.
the match for me could end like in a second. It can be if one of you holds on because like two top rollers meet, there's not usually many things involved. Lose the hand, you kind of let go, right? But when let's say like it's 2-0 or something, well, if you let go, you lose. You start fighting.
Mm.
Um, Matt's been super active this year. This will be your fourth super match, right?
I believe so. Yeah, this
Yeah,
is 4 in a row, I think.
four in a row. And Philip, you pulled it,
I pulled in at Armwrestling in January. I pulled
Mac.
at Mac
Yeah,
in March. That's all for the super matches, I believe, this year.
yeah,
But
yeah,
last year, I pulled in November and December as well. So November, December, January, they were all back to back.
yeah. So, I don't know if Matt, but Philip was in Latvia the past weekend. He
Yeah, I
competed
see.
in the tournament. He beat Sandris
Yeah, I
pretty
see that.
comfortably. Pretty comfortably.
Yeah.
Do you think Sandris is just shit?
Yeah.
What's that?
Do you think Sandris is just shit? Now.
I think we all have our ups and downs. I think like you seen me go through mine for the longest time, right? So and even when you start to get an up, sometimes you get knocked down a little bit throughout the process, right? So it's I think I think Sanders just needs to get a good momentum underneath his belt and maybe we can see him back to where he was, but I don't think he's the same arm wrestler he was
Hmm.
2 years ago anyways. I think some other shit has happened or shit going on in personal life and sometimes that's just the way she goes, right?
Thanks
So
because I got a girlfriend. That could be an
yeah,
issue.
maybe his testosterone levels are about 30% of what he usually is because he's just walking around spraying it everywhere, right? So
That's probably true.
yeah,
I would think so.
little baby Sanders fucking stuck to the wall in every fucking hotel room that he's been through. Hey,
I don't know how
little
I don't
trail
know
of
how we
baby
even got here.
Sanders from his bed to the fucking bathroom. Hey, little dribble along the way. Hey.
Um, Philip, you have anything to add to this?
I wish I had, but no.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if there isn't a couple baby Sandries stuck in that beard of yours there, eh, Philip?
No, I watched it since then.
Eh?
No, I watched it since then.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. That shit's like fucking like tar. Like you need to wash that in gasoline to get it out.
Yeah.
So
Okay, let's move. Like, okay, guys. So you are very similarly built, except Philip has much more legs. That's what we
Yeah.
learned.
yeah,
We have the
So
same
is
fat
it the same
yeah.
personality.
We'll
size
call it legs.
legs? Okay, yeah. And Matt has something else. Wild horse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is it the hands the same size? Did you check like leverages and everything? The
I
We're
would
form?
about
say
the
it's
same.
probably very similar. I'd say he's a lot more top end heavy than me. Like because
Maybe
his head's about 3 times the size of mine. Right?
maybe a little bit.
3.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what Devon says about big heads, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't believe everything Devon tells you.
Well, it's gonna be a bad day.
Oh, man. Yeah, this is like it's an interesting match because like I feel like Philip is coming up to he's still very new in the sport, right? Every match is a big match, and I think this is probably the biggest match you have had since now, right?
Of course. And
Yeah.
this is also my dream match.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that Matt is willing to pull me because this is like one of my dream matches for sure.
Because not so long ago you were watching East versus West, right? And King
Oh
of
yeah.
Tables, and you were thinking like you were not even thinking maybe, but then like you got into it and you were like maybe I
Mm,
can get there, right? Because you've been on a hunt to get your foot in the door for the at least last year, right? You've
yeah.
been competing everywhere.
Since East versus West 6, because I was there watching, and when I watched it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna compete here one day, but I think it might be 2, 3 years, maybe 4. And then I started pulling like higher level guys and beating them, and I was like, okay, it might be a little bit quicker than I think, but you never know.
Mhm.
So getting the call asking if I wanted to be on East versus West 19, I was like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Well,
I
you had
think
also earned that spot there too when you won one tournament, right? I think in Atlantic City.
Yeah, but I didn't hear anything
yeah,
after that.
it
So
doesn't work like that. It doesn't work actually like that. But like some people will have an opportunity, I think,
mm,
you know. So
yeah. And I don't think I deserve as a super heavyweight to get that match for beating Artem.
Yeah.
yes.
Like that would be weird.
Yeah, it would be like, listen, that's great. Your next opponent, Mindaugas.
Yeah. I'm actually training a lot with Mindaugas now.
You close to Denmark?
Oh yeah, I work in Denmark.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm there. Well, now I'm not going to be there I'm not pulling more until the match, but I've been there like every Monday for a while now.
That's
So
insane.
pulling Minda, yeah,
Yeah, that's insane, Matt. He trains with the goat.
the greatest of all times.
Oh, I'm really fucked, eh?
Yeah. Matt, like, of course, I want to talk a little bit. So, Nugo, that was maybe tough loss, but I also thought maybe it was a little bit too short because you went from one event to another, right? And you can kind of have done it this whole year. Uh, maybe what do you some reflections on that match versus Nugo? Lost him for a second. He comes back.
You lost me, didn't you?
Yeah,
Am I
yeah,
back? Am I
yeah.
back? Okay.
Did
Yeah.
you hear it?
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if it was because it was so close to my match I had with Kurtagali. I think it was a bunch of different things. Just that I did come in thinking that he didn't deserve a chance on the table with me, honestly, myself. So I was a complete huge misunderstatement and underestimated the hell out of him, right? But yeah, which is, he showed up prepared, and he's actually the real fucking deal.
Mhm.
So he really is the real fucking deal. I think if we ever had another match again, which I hope it does happen, I think it's going to be a very different situation. So
Mm.
because I'll be a lot more prepared for the man that'll be standing across the table from me. So
Because this match doesn't really like. I think you win Philip, it doesn't move you. It kind of, but if Philip beats you, it kind of moves him. You know what I mean? So, but you're still in that 105 kilo hunt, right? You're still in that hunt.
yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, that's my home. This is more entertainment kind of, give Phillip an introduction to the East versus West and kind of see what level he's at. And yeah.
Show him how it is to lose the wrist,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
It'll
not
be a
gonna
good
happen.
learning experience for him. So, yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. This wrist goes this way only.
Yeah.
And not that much either, just a little bit.
You
But
might
that's
be
enough.
surprised. You might be surprised. So,
I might be for sure. But
yeah.
I doubt it.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah.
So, you ain't never pulled a motherfucker. I guarantee you that. So,
What did you say?
Say one more time. We lost you for a second. Something about MF.
Something motherfucker, yeah.
Yeah, something like that a little bit. Yeah.
there you go. We're back.
Yeah.
Welcome.
What did you say? What did you say?
I said, you ain't ever pulled a motherfucker like me before, Phillip. So,
Well, no.
that,
But
that
every
guarantee-
match I have, I've never pulled a fucker like that before. And yet I keep winning.
Yeah. Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we can only win so much, man. I'll
That's what
teach
they
you
say.
more. You'll learn way more from a loss than you will a win.
Yeah.
So,
That's why I always lose in training.
Yep.
yep. I like it. Yep. Matt, listen. So this is in collaboration with Shaw Classic, right? Brian has been huge supporter of Armwrestling, and the whole thing that is going around, like the turmoil that we are in, I feel like we could call it a little bit of European strike or East strike, right? What are you expecting from this event? Because first it's going to be in an arena, so there might be even more people than we usually have ever had. And because of these maybe strongman matchups that also have huge following on their own, some even bigger than the whole sport of arm wrestling, uh, are you expecting to have a lot of more fans, a lot more people will fall in love? And if you can, what would you want to show?
I'm not really sure. I actually expect I'm thinking there's going to be a ton, like a shit ton of fucking arm wrestlers there. Myself, arm wrestling fans, people that are very much interested and follow arm wrestling a lot. There's like a lot that I've talked to or have messaged me
And we lost him for a second.
because Brian putting it on, everything else. So I think there's going to be quite a few more arm wrestlers there than people are expecting. I think we're probably just as much. So
Yeah. We lost you there for a second for the last
yeah,
minute.
I think there's going to be just as many arm wrestlers there,
Yeah.
possibly as strongmen, right?
Yeah.
So
That would be great, right? Maybe,
yeah, because like there is a ton of North Americans that had planned on attending the event even before East versus West came on the card, right? So
yeah.
so I think it's going to be I think it's going to be great all around. I think they're
Philip,
Yeah.
we lost Matt for a
Yeah.
little bit. You have a powerlifting background, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mainly. Powerlifting and strongman.
And strongman. So this
Yeah.
is your full community going to be there, right?
shirt kind of deal where
Yeah.
everybody's looking down on it, kind of like the old WL days where the stage was down in the middle and the bleachers kind of up and everybody's looking down, seeing on it. So it's nice like that. It's just gives more vibe, right? More push, more adrenaline, everything else, because you're not looking down at the crowd, you're looking up at it, right? You can feel everybody's energy coming down towards you. So
Give me something about you and the community, your community,
My
strongman,
community.
arm wrestlers. Well,
They're
like,
about the same. Like I found that community and strength sports are always mostly supportive of each other and trying to boost each other to move forward, get stronger. And they're always cheering, shouting, screaming, wanting us to push ourselves to the limits. That's kind of the whole spirit about strength sports, is that you push yourself until you break yourself.
that's true. That's true. I feel like honestly it's a little different, right? Because in strength sports, everyone like you want someone to push the limits so you can push your limits, right? You
Yeah,
want those limits to be put. In arm wrestling, you're like you will support your guy, but sometimes you'll be like,
yeah,
you know. But this will feature a bunch of strongmen. And Phil, you came in again from strength sports.
yeah.
What are you thinking? Like what you're expecting? Like Brian is moving now much better. Eddie is moving better, but we will have Robert Oberst, Martin Schlitzes, Big Loss. You met Big
Mhm.
Loss,
Oh
right?
yeah.
So what do you think about those strongmen? Like, are you kind of worried a little? You know what I mean?
Worried about them coming in dominating, or what do you mean?
Worried about them because like I feel like Brian, Eddie, and Loss have lots of good experience in training and
Yeah,
preparation and everything.
yeah.
The rest, I don't.
Like Lysis, I think if he just started, I think they have to like they have to do what they did to Eddie and Brian. Like referee can stop the match if they're in a
Yes.
bad position.
Positions, yeah.
Because Loss moves well, he knows where to go and where not to go, so he's gonna be safe. Same with Brian now; he's been pulling for a while, so I don't think like he's gonna be probably in some weird positions to finish Brandon Allen's King's move, but still. I think he has learned his lesson. He's we're training with great guys, so he's getting taught the correct ways.
Matt, give me your thoughts on Brandon and Brian because it's like one of the main matches of strongest arm on earth, right? We already saw Brandon has been pulling a bunch of times. I didn't know this, but he pulled RVJ not so long ago. Like RVJ beat him, but I think it was still kind of coming back to arm wrestling. And the last time that I really remember was him versus Larry Wheels, which kind of surprised everyone because Larry was doing really well, and then Brandon just found a place to bleed him out and bled him out.
I honestly think it's going to go on Brian's favor myself. I don't think I think Brandon does have a little more experience. Brandon does have that sticky spot, but with Brian's height, his power, and everything else, and he has been getting a lot of training from some top arm wrestlers. Hopefully, he's tightened his shit up a little bit more, and he's not hanging out in areas where he shouldn't be hanging out. But if he can stay tight, stand tall, I don't think that Brandon Allen is going to be able to beat Brian. I think it's going to be Brian's Brian's game all day long. So
So you think just too much, right? Just too much.
I think he's just too much human being. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm.
and I don't think Brandon Allen is on that top level yet for arm wrestling where he is enough to slow him down. I think his technique may be a little better and stuff like that, but I think Brian's just going to be too much. Like he's a little sticky, sure, when he gets in that opened up position. But I think if Brian stays tall, he's got way too much human being where Brandon ain't going to be able to hold him up. So
Mm. If so, you're his manager now. What is the next step in your opinion? What would be like a good, interesting match for him, for Brian? Brian beats Brandon, let's say like.
I'd say we have to see how his technique is first against Brandon. But like if his technique has really tightened up a lot more and he actually looks like an arm wrestler and looks like he knows what he's doing, as opposed to, his last match he had with Eddie Hall, he kind of still looked like an amateur arm wrestling. Like if he actually looks like an arm wrestler now with his size and weight, I'd like to see him go maybe Leonidas. I think him and Leonidas would be a possible matchup couple months down the road if he was able to tighten his stuff up a little bit more.
Yeah. I feel Leonidas is also, I think for Leonidas from the standpoint, because he is a social media guy, right? He dabbled in arm wrestling and he already pulled the biggest names you can pull. He pulled John, Devon, and Schoolboy, right?
Yep.
So there's not much. If he gets another match that's a lower tier, it really doesn't give anything to him as, you know, social media guy, right? If he's not really focused to be the champion, you know what I mean? So I think him and Brian would be, yeah, but we have to see how Brian moves and everything, you know, because that's the thing for the big guys. Philip, you had pretty good coordination from the go, right? You moved pretty well.
Not from the very start, but as soon as I had the pleasure of meeting the blind Swedish guy who taught me the principles, then I started moving better. And then you just had to build on that.
So you've been super focused, and I think you can kind of see some similarities with you and Brian, right? Both big guys with a lot of strength. And so you saw the match versus Eddie, and you have seen some videos now. What's your, like, where do you feel he is, let's say, even comparing to you?
Well, the problem with what I see with Brian is that he is a strongman, and strongmen love to hold on to things. That's what he's been doing professionally for 30 years now, holding on to things. So that leaves lanes open to expose, and he should stop doing that as the first thing, in my opinion. Like you can see his hands being like this all the time in the setup. He's trying to grip, and that will expose the wrist. So, but if he beats Brandon and he moves like an arm wrestler, me next. So then people can't say that I'm only picking on the little guys, right?
Yeah. You have to get someone your own size, right? That makes sense.
Yeah. When I read the comments, like, why is he pulling people that are smaller than him? I'm like, fucking nobody's bigger than me, almost. There's only a few guys. And it's not like I can go pull Svetkov and Levan now. I'm not like, those are the other two guys on my size.
Yeah.
Or
See,
that are bigger
Philip
than me.
and me, complete opposites, right? Everyone I'm pulling is bigger than me. Just because, you know, it is how it is.
Genetics.
I gotta read some super chats. This is commercial break, guys, and we have a super chat from one of the biggest fans of East versus West, and what I heard, Philip Larsson also. So this is from a gentleman named Sean Crowder. I love you, Philip. You're a great guy, but the wild horse will be eating some bacon on the 15th.
Some wild hog bacon.
Hog bacon.
Yeah, that's what that's my nickname for this event. It's going to be the Wild Hog.
Wild hound.
No, not
Hog
hound.
roast.
Hog.
Hog roast going on Friday
Hog,
night,
like
everybody.
a bacon, you know.
$5 all you
dead.
can eat.
Yeah.
Oof, that sounds like I'll be there for a long time.
Yep.
Yeah. And then we have another one from Sean. So number one, are you gonna be there, Ray? Yes. Second, have you heard if any of the top strongmen are entering the tournament? No, and I don't think they will, because maybe someone that will come and watch, maybe they will not be afraid and get into tournament. But also, like for me, every time someone completely amateur pulls, I'm afraid because
I've seen a strongman name in the tournament.
yeah,
Travis Ortmeyer.
okay,
He's a
okay.
big strongman, and he's signed up. Unless there's another guy called T. Ortmeyer, but I don't think so.
Phil's been looking at it. And number three, Philip, please after pull with Josh Bellin. He's our Canadian Philip, and he will be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt, you know,
I'll take down 2 Canadians in one night. That's no problem.
you know Josh Bellin?
Yeah.
For Matt.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, Matt knows, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He lives up in Grand Prairie. He's about probably 8 hours from me.
Okay.
So, yeah. Big guy, works with his hands all day. Mechanic. Very similar to the same size as Philip, maybe about 30 pounds lighter. Not as big of a midsection, but big hand, long arm, probably 6'7", 6'8". Yeah, that was a low blow towards you, Philip. Yeah.
That's fine.
That
I
was
know
right.
I'm fat. It's
Part of
not
the
like I don't
compliment,
own
Debbie. I didn't
mirrors, you
say
know?
fat. Those were your words. Those are your fucking
Those
words.
are
Not
my
my
words
words.
and
Your
my
words.
way of living. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just say if Philip was to ever get lost in the lake, he would float. You don't have to worry
Actually,
about
I
Philip.
can't float at all.
Yeah.
That's actually a true story. I can't float.
What do you
I
mean?
sink like a fucking rock. I sink like a rock. I'm too dense. I
That
don't
I
have
believe.
Yeah.
Now that I fucking believe.
in more ways
Again,
than one.
again, your words, buddy, not mine.
I'm both dumber than you think and smarter than you think. Never
Yeah.
estimate me.
I actually
But
believe he says it.
do you want to know a fun fact, by the way, about Matt Mask? Well, not him as a person, but his name. Matt Mask in Swedish actually means weak worm.
Oh,
It's
right.
true.
Yeah.
I ain't kidding. It's true. Weak worm. That's
Yeah.
the meaning of the name.
Oh, right on.
Oh,
You can double check me. You can Google it. That's fine.
Yeah,
I
no,
ain't
I believe
lying.
you.
Yeah. Well, the Matt part could be tired. It could be weak. It could be exhausted. But I prefer to take the weak one.
Yeah.
I prefer to take the weak one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
But it's a
Um,
true story.
so you guys both know these guys, Alex and Devon. So
Yeah.
from the go, are you guys more interested seeing Devon pull lefty or righty with Alex? Left.
Yeah.
I think the left is a more interesting match than the right.
I feel like
So
he kept the right open just in case Vitali, says, "Yeah, let's go," and he comes, right? I
yeah.
think that was the idea. Um, but Lefty, you saw the first match, you saw the craziness that
Mm.
happened there. The question is like, in your own opinion, let's have Philip. Like, do you think Alex learned a good lesson there?
I think he learned a very good lesson, but I also think you never should pull Devon twice. Like you're not going to be better off the second time pulling Devon, I believe, especially if he comes in ready.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah,
Matt?
I think it's going to be very similar to the first one with the left, except a little more dominant. I think Devon learned a lot more on that first one, as Alex did as well too. Alex definitely learned some more too, but I don't think you're going to see Devon fuck around as much. So I think Devon will more get right to the job, get her done, as opposed to the first one. He was kind of trying to play with his food a little bit too much in the early rounds. So
From videos I see, like Devon looks really, really big now, like because he was really preparing for Vitali, right? So with right arm, like percentage wise, like do you give any does Alex take a round?
no, if he does, it's on fouls.
Philip?
I agree.
No.
I don't think he will surprise Devon.
Yeah, feels like it's yeah. It's a
Not after seeing what Artem did to him. I don't see
yeah.
I don't see Alex doing anything with Devon's right, because I think Devon right now is on Artem's level, if not above it. So
Feel like Devon will do so. Artem did it quick. Devon will do it very slow, like he
yeah,
always does. Yeah.
yeah. I think you'll see Devon play a lot more with his right than his left.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. But it's like the whole situation with the for like they for not forget they made up a foul because they had like 10 coincidental fouls, like okay, three, and then they kind of messed it up and everyone kind of didn't notice and the match just ended.
Mm.
I was still seeing that Alex was starting to gain some ground there. He was definitely gaining some ground. When it comes with like, did Devon play a little bit too much and he allowed him to, gain that ground, or Alex just, or the endurance come into play and conditioning? I don't
I
know.
think I think Devon underestimated Alex's endurance. I thought I think Devon thought he was going to be able to play with him a lot more, and Alex was just going to get weaker and weaker as the rounds went. But that wasn't, and it was like Devon met him there, right? So
Yeah. There's another Canadian pulling. Mrs. Brisson versus Gabby. So just I'll tell to the people. So how I see it a little bit. She did pull Sarah. She beat Sarah, and she did lose to Egla. And now she's gonna pull Gabby. And Gabby is very different. Like the strengths are different in different places, right? Egla was really hand dominant, and I think Gabby could be very arm dominant. But also endurance can come into play. And like what does Matt Mass think? Like, 'cause she's like what I heard, 5 years into sport, right? 5 years.
yeah, I don't even know if she's that long into the sport.
Mhm.
So I want to say she's more 3 years into the sport, right?
Okay. Okay. And she's pulling Gabby, right?
Yeah. I'm cheering for Jocelyn on this one. I want to see Jocelyn take a victory, fellow Canadian. And I think she has the potential definitely within the next couple of years to be one of like the top two women in the fucking world. But I think experience, I think we're going to see Gabby's experience, I think, is going to take a play. But I don't think Gabby's going to beat her as easy as Gabby thinks she's going to. I think it's going to be a banger actually myself. So I think their strength levels are very, very equal. If not, Jocelyn maybe even be a little stronger than her. But the experience wise definitely has to go to Gabby. So
I heard similar things from Devon. So we will see if it's just,
yeah, I think it's a couple more, like a few more losses underneath Jocelyn, a few more things she needs to learn. She's still giving away too much in the setups. She's not greedy enough. There's not like she just hasn't done it enough. She hasn't been on that top stage and pulled top level athletes that know what they're doing enough to gain the experience that she needs to be at the level that she, I believe, will be at in a very, very soon future. So
okay. Okay. Good. Uh, Philip, you're familiar with both of these ladies,
Oh
right?
yeah, I follow arm wrestling all the way through.
Give
That's
me.
an,
So now let's surprise people with you being smarter than they think. Give us a
I
technical.
I think that there are lanes for Jocelyn to go. Uh, I hope her side pressure holds up. Like I think that she will get Gabby's hand. I believe that she will take the hand because just frame wise, she looks strong as fuck. And then it's just a matter, I believe, about connecting this so she doesn't get pushed out sideways. If she can control center sideways or at least just hold it a little bit, I think that Gabby's in trouble. So
Because Gabby has much smaller frame, even though the
yeah,
form
but
just
that's
ours,
yeah,
you know.
it's just the leverage.
Yeah.
So if she can set up a little bit supinated, a little bit rised up, then I think she will crack the wrist.
Would that be? I think it would be kind of sensation, right? We kind of
Yeah.
wouldn't. As far as you have to look, Gabby is the favorite. She has done everything, and she's the only one that actually went toe to toe with Barbora, right? And
Mm.
I pulled Barbora like 2 weeks ago, and she felt really, really strong. Like her, especially if you let her go on offense, like she's feel. And the weird thing, it's not the back pressure, it's not it's the side pressure. I was
Mm.
very, very impressed. So I just think I would be happy if something changes in female arm wrestling where there's more challengers for Barbora, right?
I hope so too.
Yeah. Because that's why we need Philip to get really strong so he can pull someone his weight like Levan. Maybe this loss from Matt Mask will help him to get there,
What
eventually.
loss? What loss?
you'll learn lots.
Mm. By the way, I was at Lars Rohrbacken's place when you were pulling Irakli, left-handed, and I must say the way you set up there was impressive. Like figuring that out.
It was just, yeah, I just figured I'd try to start arm wrestling on round 3, right?
Yeah. Instead of
I was just
deep and
fucking with all
high.
you guys.
That
Yeah.
was one of the weirdest matches ever. You understand that?
I
That
was
was
just playing games, right?
he
It
was
was,
doing
I wanted
in
to
my
get
opinion,
everybody on the edge of their
it
seat,
wasn't
right?
that weird. It wasn't that
Yeah.
weird in my opinion.
Mm.
As like you tried what I saw first 2 rounds, you tried going deep, and when he couldn't control his wrist from that position, and you ducked out, creating space, and you got his wrist, and without the wrist, he was probably not strong at all for you.
Well, I was also, I wasn't quite like my left. I don't hit with my left. I've always been a catcher with my left. I don't have speed with it. It just feels unorthodox in every single way. So the first couple rounds, I was trying to catch, but if you're trying to catch somebody at that level, you're catching them in a position where they're already strong. And it was, yeah, the first round, I thought he was going to try to hook, and then he ended up hooking when I thought he was going to top roll. And it was like, you know what? Instead of me trying to fucking catch him, I'm just going to try to start fucking hitting. So I was trying to get into my position as opposed. Literally, I just tried to start arm wrestling as opposed to. So, but I was able found the lane, and I just stuck with it. So,
yeah.
Well, I think everyone was like, I was watching, I was like, it's still far away. And then it changed and it looked like it was the opposite around, right? Like what he did to you on first 2, you did to him on last 3. And it didn't make any sense. I was like, what happened? But good win, good match. I think, like for you, from all let's say how it is, all the shit talk you got from Georgians, I think it felt pretty good, right?
oh, of course it did. Of course it did. I think he wants to have a right hand match with me now, though. So he wants to try to redeem himself.
But I think it's the same issue on his right, maybe. I know he pulled without his hand for John, but otherwise, I think you can beat him right hand too.
I think so too. His right is definitely, I believe, levels above his left, but so is
So it's
mine as well.
yours.
So,
Yeah.
But I can actually say it's been 2 years and I've been undefeated on my left.
That is true. The left run has been pretty impressive.
Yeah, which is fucking weird. So like I haven't pulled top guys, but you know.
I think Irakli is like his right has always been better, but it's like his left is it's just not as great as his right. That's what I think, and I feel like it's might be even the same situation with you. Your left has always been pretty good, maybe not as good as your right, but maybe sometimes better, right?
Yeah.
Philip's left is terrible, but yet he still won the class in the last time.
Yeah. But there was a different level on the right arm and the left arm at that class. My left is fucking shit.
And I think everyone was kind of like you lost one match in versus one big guy, right? You lost one left.
Not on the left, undefeated to the final. I lost in the open class afterwards,
Okay.
one match, and then I just said, "Ah, fuck it, I'm done." Like, all my what do you say? Like hype was gone for when the regular class was over.
Because everyone kind of exploded there, like, oh, and they come to me like, oh, did you see it? And I was like, his left is shit. I'm like, don't get it, guys. Like it's okay. It's not, like it's not the same as his right. Trust me.
And you saw how fucking ugly I arm wrestled on my left arm. Like I can't connect anywhere. It was just like pure just strength going.
Yeah.
So the ugly arm wrestling for sure.
I want to ask about a little bit more about the matches on East versus West and Strongest Arm on Earth.
Yep.
So, like, it's a long title. I have to say it every time, Show Classic. you know. But one of the matchups, and I'm kind of weirded out by it because from one side, I think the guy is a superhero. On the other side, I think the other guy can do the same thing, just stronger,
Oh,
bigger, and
Rickard
that's
and Pavlov. Okay, okay, okay.
Dave Chafee versus Todd Hutchings. You
Yeah.
know, it is they're meeting at 115 kilos, but so Dave's now like 253 or something he posted. So that's pretty much at that weight, right?
Yeah, that is 115 kilos.
Okay. Because I was thinking if he because usually he's 125 kilos. If he cuts down just 10 kilos and the next day he's back to being his big self, I thought like there's no chance for Todd Hutchings. But if he actually comes down to that weight and is somewhere there, what do you guys think? Matt, what do you think? You know these guys pretty well.
I think it's going to be Dave's day. I really do. I think Hutchins has a power. He has a technique. He like his lifts, if anything, are more than what they were before. I think this is probably a better, a healthier, a leaner. You might see a quicker Dave. I think this is. I think Dave's gonna hit the 115 kg class, and he's probably gonna run it for quite a while. I think it's gonna be his class for a bit until we see Devon come back down to it. Myself, I think he has the potential to dominate that class.
So you feel like so with Todd, and I noticed the thing with Todd is he can actually sometimes come back. Like he learns and he kind of figures out the way things he needs to work on in preparation, so he doesn't approach
And
like
his endurance is phenomenal. Like Todd has phenomenal endurance.
yeah, that match with
So,
Yoshi was crazy,
yeah.
right? But it might come down just to the strength, right? Because if we're both doing the same thing, there's not much to fight about if one guy is just stronger in that thing. And I feel they kind of do the same thing. And
I just feel Dave is the bigger, stronger human being. His hand feels like fucking iron. Every time I've shooken Dave's hand, it's felt like an anvil. And I don't feel that same type of energy when I shake Todd Hutchins' hand.
okay.
Yeah.
Philip, your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, when I was in Jersey, I shook hands with Dave Chafee, and that was the weirdest hand I've ever felt. It's fucking huge and solid as shit. Uh, I believe that since they're practically doing the same thing, the bigger man would probably be the favorite.
Mhm.
And also, Chafee has a press, and I've never seen Todd press.
Mm.
So I think that on paper, Dave should be the favorite. But I also see a way for Todd to be able to win. I can see that. So, but I have to put my money on Dave.
Yeah. Dave has this what I call American hook where like you go like a lot of back pressure, you just go sideways, right?
Oh,
Todd is very happy if you want to take his hand. He wants you to try to take the hand because that's the kind of trap he wants to pull you in, right? And we won't
mm.
see that. Dave doesn't really, do
No,
what
no,
Todd
he
does.
doesn't do that. He goes
He just
just,
goes, yeah, with a lot of back, just right.
mm.
Yeah. I don't know, like it would be like if Todd Hutchings wins, he's like, I don't know, like that guy doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
No,
that'd be a
I
huge,
would
huge
be
fucking
fucking
talk.
impressed.
Yeah. But if we see a healthy Dave Chafee at 115 kilos, because probably that is much better class for him, because he was never a true super heavyweight, right? He was never, but he was going toe to toe. Like I would say he's one of those super heavyweight gatekeepers that probably Phillip eventually will have to face.
Yeah, I would love that when I'm ready.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'll also never say no to a match.
Well, it's if you would like, yeah, I don't think now because he is just too much side pressure for
Oh yeah,
days.
yeah. I don't think I can beat him now, but Give me a half a year, something like that.
Yeah. One of the also the changes because Philip's first opponent was Ricard from South Africa, Australia. Ricard will face Pavlo.
Ooh,
So probably Philip has studied these guys,
yeah.
probably both guys, knows them very well. So how do you see that match?
I think that Pablo is stronger pretty much everywhere. Like cup for cup, rice for rice, pronation for pronation, stuff like that, back pressure. Uh, but I do think that there's a way for him to still like spin out and take the wrist. And if he does that and then transitions to a press, it's going to be hard for Pablo. But also, you saw Pablo holding Bortolato's press on left hand. So it might be too much, but I think it's going to be a very interesting match. Very interesting.
So who do you have as a favorite?
I have to say Pablo as the favorite.
Experience point?
Strength and experience, I believe. But there, even if you're very strong, you're always gonna have some gaps, I believe.
Mhm. Matt, you heard about Ricard. You know, I think you met Ricard, right? You met Ricard in the last event.
Yeah, I met him at the last event.
Yeah, he's been a lot of talked about because he's like, you know, like he get really big in Australia and he has his second opportunity versus very strong Pablo. Pablo is one of those guys that he just looks and feels like a rock, right?
Yeah. I think Pablo is the favorite in it for sure. I don't think Pablo's right is as good as his left. I'm not really sure. Last I talked to him, I think he was saying he was still having some issues, aches and tweaks and pains or whatever in his right. But I think Pablo, in my eyes, is one of the most underrated arm wrestlers in should be a 253-pound arm wrestler. I actually see Ricardo as I can see him being a 253 pounder as well,
Mm,
like more than a super heavyweight. So I think he's what, like 270 or something like that.
probably, probably.
Like I
He
can see
said
him.
somewhere he was like 130.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, about 270,
Yeah,
275. But
yeah.
I can see him if he switched his diet up, leaned up a little bit. I can see him being a huge force in that 253-pound class. More of a force in the 253-pound class than I do in the super heavyweights. So, because I think there's just way too big human beings in that super heavyweight class, and Ricardo doesn't quite have the hand to match some of them monsters. I think the 253-pound class would be a way better home for him. But I think, in my eyes, I think Pavlo is going to get more the opportunity, more grasp, the experience, and the strength that Pablo has. Pablo is a lot stronger than what people let be on. His stamina ain't that great. Like if he can slow him down for a round or two, then it may start to go into his favor. But I don't think he has the power to match Pablo, especially in the early rounds.
Okay. One of the did you okay, Philip 100% saw Derek versus Lachlan. Did you see Matt?
I seen highlights of it where they were smacking each other.
Yeah.
Were they though?
Mm-hmm. So Derek won. So Derek won because
Didn't
Lachlan
Lachlan
kind of
win?
no.
Didn't they like retract the decision and made Lachlan the winner?
Really? I didn't know.
I thought Lachlan was the winner. I think fucking it's very fucking lucky for fucking Derek that Lachlan injured his right hand when they're doing it on that little game machine. Because I could totally see him fucking knocking Derek's head right the fuck off.
Yeah.
Like when he smacked his fucking finger there, I think Derek was like, thank fuck. Like it actually made it a little more interesting when fucking Lachlan had to use the left arm. But
So someone asked me about it, like you know, how does it look for arm wrestling? And I was like, this has nothing to do with arm wrestling. It's like any two humans doing some stuff. Just here they're both arm wrestlers, right? But we will have Derek, probably with no head injury, coming and fighting versus Sire Brown. So I don't know. Do you know the guys? Probably.
Yeah, I know them both.
Yeah, Matt, do you know Sire? He
A
trains with.
little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
He trains with Brian, doesn't he?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah,
think it's pronounced Saray.
Go.
super good guy. Yeah. His old lady's really, really nice person too. Both of them are awesome.
So Derek is, like again, finally, at least Derek gets some matches in North America. I feel like is he the favorite coming into this? What do you guys think?
I would say so. I would say.
Philip?
I would say so too. But I've talked to Saray a little bit, and the last match I saw with Saray was when he pulled Leroy Walker on the left, and I said like, wow, he lost to him there, and I don't think Derek would lose to Leroy or Leroy. But then he said
Is this
like
a
his
left
right
or
arm
right
is way
match?
different. Huh?
Is this a left or right hand match?
This is a right hand match.
Mhm.
And he said his right is way better than his left, so I think it could be an interesting match for sure.
Yeah, because for me, like I don't know where they rank with each other. Because I think Derek hasn't been really pulling much now, as far as I know. But Siraj has pulled a bunch of tournaments. Like he was Atlantic City also. I
Yeah.
think he pulled everywhere, right? Yeah. I was thinking, how did he do with his right there? I don't really
He
remember.
didn't pull with his right on King of the
Okay.
Tables because,
Won the left, right? He won the left.
yeah, I think he won the left because he just had a surgery on his bicep, I think, on the right arm.
Okay.
So, but it's a big boy, so I
Yeah.
think he can do something. He's fucking huge. Like, it's insane. I think he can mess Derek up if he gets his lane. But it's also hard because Derek's frame makes it hard to get your lane against him.
Yeah. I think it's going to be interesting, some of these matches, just because I have no idea. Like it's very hard to predict something, so there's an element of surprise. Uh, of course, I'm really interested in your guys' match. I think it might be not the most, because when two top rollers meet each other, it's sometimes not as interesting, but it's still impressive, right? What do you guys think? Can you guys just try and make it the match of the night?
Of course. Of course. I'll do my absolute best. I don't think that I could, I have to respect Matt to the highest degree, the highest level. So I'm going to bring everything I have. I like him both as a person and as an arm wrestler, but on the day, I'm going to want to rip your fucking arm off and give you everything I have.
Yeah, I see. I have a different theory. I respect him as an arm wrestler, but I don't really like Philip as a person. So,
But no one does, so it's fine.
Listen, it's true. I talk with his friends. They all came here and they're like, "Oh, he's the worst."
I can't fucking stand myself, so how can I expect anyone else to do
I
it?
don't fucking blame you. Right?
I don't fucking blame you.
And the only one who can change that is me, and I don't like me, so I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So try to spend as less time with yourself as possible. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great advice.
Go to a crowd, stay there.
That should be. We should put it in the toilet. Like on a poster in the toilet. That would be good. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to take any more of your time. This is a big opportunity for Philip. I think Matt Mask is a very tough challenge for everyone, anyone. So I'm very
Except
excited.
for me.
Probably for you too.
Oh, I can't.
I think you have to get used to this. I think you just, spend some time like this. Just spend some time. You'll see.
If this happens, I'm gonna throw everything inside this way.
Yeah.
Everything. 370 pounds of pure fatness just going this way.
Be careful.
Maybe
Yeah,
maybe that happens, you lose your beard.
no way.
I have
I'm not
seen
that confident.
without a beard. It's disgusting.
It's terrible.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, August 15, East versus West 19, collaboration with Shaw Classic, strongest arm on earth. We have Philip Larsson versus Matt Mask. You guys ready? Excited? 2
Yeah.
weeks?
100%.
Pumped.
Ah,
Yeah.
Like, Matt, show what the real forearm looks like. Show us what the real forearm looks like there. Because Philip has more torso than anything. That's a better angle. That's a better angle. Yeah.
I don't think he has a good angle. There is no good angles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
not
Every
not
angle
when the
is
camera
worse
facing
than
this
the
way.
last. Eh?
Yeah. I
Maybe,
want
maybe we can just comb the beard this way. That might help.
to just leave it something. Yes.
Just a
Yes.
little.
Yes. Like that looks so disgusting. Just I'm for me, like I would see this and I would be like, no. Okay. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in, East versus West. Me and I think Neil is going to take a portion of these podcasts with all the athletes tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be Devon and Kurdecha, 9:30 Central European time, and then day later, I think at 9. Sorry, I think 9 p.m. Oh, you guys will see. Will be Dave Chafee and Todd Hutchings, and I think Friday we'll get Pavlo and Ricard on it. So thank you, Matt. Thank you, Philip. Good luck to you both, and I'll see you very, very soon.
Don't forget
Thank
to
you.
buy the
See you
fucking
soon.
pay-per-view.
Yeah,
Yep,
you heard
spend
him.
your money.
Yeah,
It's
you
gonna
heard.
be worth it.
Yeah.